away to get to Tennessee.
We have a trade.
We have a trade. Okay.
Chicago's now at 2.
Okay, well, Chicago's now at 2. And we feel like that Chicago, Dane Brugler's been on this one for about 3 weeks now.
Okay.
Quarterback. This is the one. The only reason.
Does that mean San Francisco was going to take a quarterback?
I think they probably
a trade up.
A trade
up. Whether the Browns from 12 to 2 or another team up to 2.
I hear you.
See, okay, it says now the Bears have acquired this second pick from the 49ers. Do you think they're worried about okay, now we're into the Ford Center War Room, Cam. You've got that. Everybody's in position there. Okay, this now
look how spiffy it looks. Just by
it looks
the way.
very, very spiffy in there with Jerry Jones, Jason Garrett, Stephen Jones up talking to folks, some visitors there in the War Room. We'll give you the roster rundown as we go around. It looks like Jerry Jr.'s son is
Jerry Jr.'s son James is
in the War Room as well
on the table.
So,
this has to be a quarterback, right? I mean, you're not trading up for Jamal Adams, especially if you were already picking 3 to begin with.
You know, I would think that this would be for Trubisky. I would think it would be. And Dane, I was about to give you full credit for being on this. Do you feel good about this? That it is a quarterback, or you feel like that they're going? Now let's check out the Chicago Bears needs from Dane Brugler here. Cornerback, safety, possibly. I said cornerback, safety, quarterback, offensive tackle, wide receiver, and linebacker. That would be the Chicago Bears. Once again, cornerback, safety. They signed a Mukamara, Cooper, and Demps, but they need more help there. So possibly right there, corner, safety.
Adams. I mean, that's who I thought could be in play, but I said this. A month ago, there was a team in the NFC North who, during their draft meetings, they said that they were consensus. They all thought Chicago was taking a quarterback at 3, and they thought it'd be Trubisky.
Yeah,
and I put that out there. I kind of told Chicago fans, listen, teams think that this is going to be a quarterback. I don't know. What do you think? Let's see what they gave up here.
So they gave up a third. They gave up a boatload here. They gave up the third overall pick. A third-round pick, 67 overall.
Oh, my God.
Fourth round pick, which would be, they give up 67, 111, and a 2018 third-round pick.
I hate whatever is happening right now. You're trying to tell me that I can't get 65 from a team trying to come up 6 spots, but they just jumped 1 and they're giving up all this?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah, well, I wonder what they're worried about.
Another team trading up.
Are they worried about someone that maybe San Francisco has a deal on the table? This has got to be for Trubisky. It has to be.
It has to be a quarterback.
It has to be for Trubisky.
You're not giving up this much stuff.
They might be worried about a team going up to San Francisco. They probably had to give a ransom that they just did for them to get this spot. They obviously were worried about somebody coming up from behind and getting maybe the Jets. Maybe the Jets at 6. Going all the way to 2.
Let me ask you this. Is San Francisco calling Chicago like, hey, this offer's on the table from the Jets?
I've seen Jerry Jones do this before. I've seen him play 2 teams off each other. And Jerry got both the general managers to admit who they were going to take, and
let's not forget that the Bears just signed Mike Glennon to a pretty hefty contract.
Yeah, the thing with that, with any contract, guaranteed mony.
I know. You can get out of it if you need to.
Because it's basically a 1-year contract.
Okay, yeah. The picks in from the Bears. Dane, real quick, though, give me a thumbnail if, in fact, you've been on this. Give me a thumbnail about Trubisky if, in fact, just a little bit of an idea about the player.
1-year starter, that's been beaten to death. We know that. But what's his fatal flaw besides the 13 starts? I think he checks all the boxes, what you want in an NFL quarterback. I think with the Bears, it's a great situation for him because Mike Glennon is a quarterback this year, not Mitchell Trubisky.
Right.
And Mike Glennon might be the quarterback in 2018. It just depends how they want to play this. But we have the commissioner going to the podium right now.
Yeah, here we go. Got the commissioner at the podium.
Here's the commissioner.
With the second pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Mitchell Trubisky.
There you go.
Quarterback, North Carolina.
Hello, Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, good job there, Dane Brugler. You were on that one very, very early, but you had it at 3. If everybody's staying put,
If only I did that in my final mock draft.
sometimes you get talked out of that, don't
Yeah,
you?
no, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah. Well, that's
Can we, for a real quick sec, considering all of the criticism that he drew upon his hiring, I have a much higher opinion of John Lynch right now than I did 15 minutes ago. Anybody with me?
Yeah.
I mean,
about what he
holy
was able to
cow.
pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just fleeced the Bears for one spot from 3 to 2. He just got a half a draft's worth of picks and I don't have that high of an opinion of Mitchell Trubisky. Maybe that's part of it. But that's unbelievable to me. Like, what did the Bears know? I mean,
Yeah.
have you ever, I don't remember.
They must have really been worried about somebody. Like I said, they must have been worried about a team coming from far back and trying to make a run. Now, look at a team that's got 2 first-round picks. Would you consider? I mean, I'm throwing it out there, Dave. New Orleans.
Yeah.
Maybe Sean Payton makes an aggressive play up the board to try and get the quarterback of the future there.
Right.
You
just don't know.
you just don't know. He probably felt like he had to do something.
Bears fans.
And the Bears
not-
fans, they got a draft party going on in Chicago right now, and the Bears fans are, some are very happy, some are applauding the pick, some are hands in their face. But
For every unhappy person, I
looked like
saw a
there were
happy
several.
person.
Looked like there were several.
I hope that they knew something and they didn't just do that because they were worried. You only have to wait one more pick.
Yeah.
And for that matter, I mean, who's this? If the Bears gave up all that to get to 2, I mean, what would the Saints have had to have given up to get from 11?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then you probably
Give up a first, but
you got
maybe
you got,
even
you
more
got
than
yeah,
that.
you got 11 and 32.
But you might have to give up more than that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. You might have. But let's recap that trade. San Francisco in the trade, they pick up the 3rd pick overall, and then they also get the Bears' 3rd round pick. That's number 67. And then they also get the Bears, if I'm not mistaken here, their 4th round pick, which would be pick. Let me flip to it here real quick. That'd be pick. Yeah, that'd be the 4th round pick 111, and then next year's 3. So
What
they pick up a
deal.
3, a 4, and next year's 3 for that trade.
So the Niners go back to back at 66 and 67 now.
That's
awesome.
That's what they got.
Good for them.
Yep. That's exactly.
Hey,
Make sure of that.
that's how you.
As I say, yes, they do.
That's how you turn your crappy roster around real fast.